You are not the aftermath of chaos. You're not the collateral damage of someone else's decision. You're not here because of randomness. You're here because of rhythm, because of resonance, because of a law older than time itself, the law of cause and effect. Everything in your life, your success, your heartbreak, your breakthroughs and breakdowns, did not just happen. They were initiated, set into motion, echoed forward by a thought you believed, a word you spoke, a vibration you lived inside of, sometimes without even realizing. The law does not punish. It does not reward. It reflects. It translates the unseen into the seen. And once you understand it, not intellectually, but viscerally, you gain access to a power more people live and die without ever touching. The power to trace the pattern, to rewrite the signal, to become the cause of your future. Welcome back to the Cosmic Ballet. I'm your host, Fish, and this is episode 7 of our deep dive into the 12 universal laws. And if you've been feeling stuck, uncertain, or like your life is looping in patterns you can't break, then what we're about to explore may shift everything. The law of cause and effect is not just a principle. It's a universal intelligence, a silent agreement embedded in the very fabric of reality. Every moment in your life is either a reaction to the past or a cause of the future. And while many live on autopilot, thinking they are victims of fate or circumstances, the truth is this: you are the initiator of outcomes. You are the original spark. You are the invisible force behind the visible result. The law reveals a powerful message. If something in your life feels out of alignment, you don't need to fix the effect. You need to find the cause. So today we're going to slow everything down, zoom all the way out, and trace your story back to its energetic beginning. Because when you know where something begins, you hold the power to change where it ends. Let's begin with the simple but profound truth. Nothing just happens. Every heartbreak, every failure, every victory, every delay, it all has a signature, a trail, a cause. Imagine your life like a garden. Each effect, every result you experience is a flower or a weed or a barren patch of soil. Now ask, what seeds did you plant? And most importantly, when? Many of your current experiences are not the result of what you did yesterday, but what you believed 5 years ago, what you normalized in childhood, what you feared over and over and over again, until fear became the dominant frequency. This is the part no one talks about. Most causes are unconscious. We don't remember planting the seed, but we're furious at the fruit. We don't recall the vibration we lived in for years, but we resist the reality it created. The law of cause and effect doesn't punish, it responds. It doesn't care if the thought was deliberate or inherited. It simply mirrors back what you radiate. So when you find yourself in loops or frustration, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what in me caused this forward? What old belief? What subtle fear? What energetic posture whispered, I expect this? even while your words say otherwise. You're not cursed. You are echoed. And now you're becoming aware of the sound. Here's where the law gets even deeper. You may be doing all the right things. You may be taking massive action, speaking affirmations, meditating, journaling, hustling, grinding, smiling. But if the frequency beneath your actions is one of fear, doubt, unworthiness, or survival, then that becomes the cause. As the result, the effect will mirror it with precision. Because the universe isn't a vending machine, it's a mirror. It doesn't read your effort, it reads your essence. So many people try to force a different outcome by changing their behavior. But your behavior is only 10% of the signal. The other 90% is energetic. You can't speak kindness but radiate resentment. You can affirm abundance but carry the blueprint of lack. You can visualize a soulmate while believing you are unlovable. The law doesn't respond to the mask. It responds to the core frequency underneath. Energetic causality means this: before you do anything, before you say anything, before you ask the universe for anything, you must become the version of you who expects that outcome. The true shift begins when you stop manipulating the outer world and start refining the signal within. We all have loops. Experiences that seem to repeat themselves no matter how much we try to change. It might be the same type of partner in a different body. The same financial struggle in a new job. The same feeling of being stuck no matter how much you achieve. That's not because you're failing. It's because the cause hasn't changed. Here's a truth that will liberate you. You can't create a new effect while carrying the same assumptions. To break the loop, you don't need to force yourself to be more productive, more lovable, more healed. You need to ask, what do I believe about myself that keeps me producing this? And then choose a new cause. Yes, that's the hard part. Because it's not just about saying a new affirmation or lighting a candle. It's about shifting the emotional gravity of your internal world. It's about embodying a new signal before the evidence shows up. You don't wait to feel worthy until someone loves you. You become the cause of being loved. You don't wait to feel abundant until the money comes. You embody the cause of wealth, safety, and permission. You don't wait to feel powerful until life gives you a title. You decide to become power in motion and let the world adjust. This is sacred work. It's the quiet work, but it's the only work that creates real, sustainable change. Now we arrive at the transformation point. The shift from unconscious creation to deliberate initiation. To become the first domino means this: you are no longer waiting for life to push you. You are creating the wave. You enter a room and the energy lifts, not because you said the right words, but because you are the signal. You sit down at your desk, not stressed, not scattered, but centered. And suddenly work flows, ideals spark, synchronicities increase. You stop asking, what will happen to me? And start asking, what will I cause today simply by being who I truly am? This is where the law of cause and effect becomes your ally. You no longer fear the mirror because you've tuned the vibration. You've honored the lesson. You've traced the echo. You've rewritten the root. Now everything changes, not because the world shifted first, but because you did. So to all my cosmic wanderers out there, here's what I want you to know. If something in your life keeps showing up, it's not punishment, it's a signal. If a desire hasn't yet manifested, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because your current signal doesn't yet match the cause. But that's not a curse, that's a compass. Because once you identify the real cause, once you stop blaming effects and start owning frequency, you become untouchable. You become the initiator, the artist, the architect of your timeline. And your future? It begins in the exact moment you decide to cause something different. So ask yourself, what will I cause now? On purpose? With power? With peace? Because it's not fate. It's not luck. It's you. I'm Fish, and this is the Cosmic Ballet. Change your rhythm, change your mindset, but most importantly, change your life.